A very merry Skinhead Christmas. Thursday, 17th of December, 1981. Tonight, my brother and me are off to Peckham, southeast London, for our first Oi gig. The Last Resort, Combat 84 and another South London band, The Elite, are on the bill. Peckham was made famous recently by the BBC comedy Only Fools and Horses, capturing the adventures of two ducker-diver market traders. I reckon if you lived in Peckham, the only thing you'd want to trade is a home as far away from SE15 as possible. It's more Delbert than Delroy round here. On a good day, it makes Battersea look like the Royal Borough of Kensington. Despite only being 13 years old, there's no problem getting in the pub, as the door is run by one of the blokes who works at the Last Resort Skinhead shop. He recognises us and we shuffle in. The Warmer Castle is heaving with skins and the air is thick with cigarette smoke and the aroma of beer. I feel nervous, but yet it doesn't feel at all intimidating. Being as it's Christmas, there's a jovial atmosphere. Fat Andy, another skin from the Last Resort shop, is dressed up as Santa. He was featured in a brilliant Skinhead photo calendar that I bought last Sunday. The pub DJ is playing the new Bollocks to Christmas record that contains 4 traditional Crimbo songs given a punk twist by bands like the Foreskins and The Business. The first band is on and already the place is hotting up. They're lying in the streets of Brixton, whoa whoa, whites ain't safe in Brixton, whoa whoa. The singer's sentiment is not lost on the crowd and there's certainly no misunderstanding of which side of the fence the Elite sit on. It's a bit of a surprise really, as most Oi bands hide their political affiliations for fear of damaging their careers, particularly after the riot earlier in the year at an Oi gig in Southall, West London, when Asian gangs attacked a Skinhead concert with bricks and petrol bombs. Like most people here, I'd never heard of Combat 84, but they go down a storm. 3-minute, catchy, repetitive sonnets, direct from the wrong side of the street. No fuss Oi music with legible, no-nonsense lyrics. Their singer, Chubby Chris, looks the part in his camouflage trousers, boots and green flight jacket. When the Last Resort come on, the place erupts, and if you don't jump along too, you'll probably end up on your arse. I stay on the periphery of the scrum-like formation of the crowd and enjoy every minute of their blistering set. A lot of their songs have patriotic themes like Red, White and Blue, Rose of England and We Rule OK. The evening is over in a flash, but one thing that sticks in my mind is how, after performing, the bands just get off the stage and go and join the audience for a beer and a chat. There's none of the pretentious bullshit you get in the mainstream pop scene. It makes you feel like we're all one, part of something unique. People say Skinheads is about violence. A lot of the songs mentions violence, but the atmosphere isn't hostile, and I don't see or sense any hint of trouble inside the venue. Roy Pearce, the Last Resort singer, recognises my brother and me. "You all right, mucker?" he retorts as he ruffles my Skinhead haircut. We bumped into him on one of our regular summer excursions to Margate earlier in the year. We spent half the train journey just chatting about being skinheads, and he showed us a scar on his leg that was a result of a fight with blacks in North London. After the gig, we hang around at the bus stop, increasingly frustrated that every bus is refusing to stop and pick us up. I really don't want to be home late, as Mum will go mad. One of the older skinheads herds us onto a back street, leaving a lone skinhead girl to hail the next bus. The ruse works, and much to the dismay of the conductor, the bus quickly fills up with boot boys. 2 stops along, a black man boards the bus and sits upstairs and finds himself surrounded by drunken skinheads. His death wish continues when he objects to the NF stickers being plastered all over the bus. I can't believe it. This bloke is either stoned or must be a battered cod short of a fish supper. Soon enough, a skinhead in a denim jacket insists the appropriate time for the aforementioned coloured gentleman to alight the bus, regardless of the fact that it's hurtling along about 30 miles an hour. 2 stops later, we arrive at Vauxhall, and in true spirit of Christmas, the boys in blue have arranged a welcoming party. There must be about 40 of us lined up against the wall. We are searched and quizzed about who threw the black man off the bus, but there seems to be a cloud of instantaneous amnesia as their investigation draws a blank. Once we've surrendered our names and addresses, had our statuses checked to satisfy Plod that there are currently no warrants out for our arrests, we are finally allowed to go on our way. It's a great relief, as at home, our arrest in Brick Lane is still painfully fresh in the memory. Another spell in a police cell would spark World War III in the household. We've missed the last bus to Battersea, so we're going to have to walk the last few miles home. We'll get a row for getting in so late, but there's nothing to do about that now. Tomorrow's my last day at St John's School. Mum has got me a place at Pimlico, a school on the other side of the river. I start there in January. I'll be glad to see the back of St John's. I've hated every minute. Pimlico, on the other hand, is a bit of an unknown, but unlike St John's, it's a mixed school and you don't have to wear a uniform, which for me is the biggest enticement of them all. We get home just after 1 in the morning, and although Mum has a go at us, she looks too exhausted to make a big fuss right now. We explain about the buses, carefully avoiding any mention of the flying black man or the police greeting, and she waves a dismissive hand, groaning that she's heard it all before. We swiftly scuttle off to our beds and hope that her indignation will have softened by the morning.
One day they will get you from behind, empty your pockets, see you out your mind. You think it's funny when they offer more. You'll be sorry you never freedom before. All the kids stand in the streets, holes in their shoes on their feet.